Good evening and thanks for joining us. You thought the Superferry was gone. Well, maybe not. State lawmakers today advanced a bill to consider restoring ferry service between the islands with state taxpayers to pay for it. KITV4's Denby Fawcett explains the push to get the inter-island ferry service back up and running.
Former Hawaii Superferry Alakai and her sister ship Huakai are now helping the Haiti relief effort. But a key state lawmaker wants the two ships or other vessels to be part of a new state-run ferry system.
I do believe in a ferry system, and I think we do need one as an island-bound state.
Former Superferry passenger Bob Liljestrand is among those who yearn for a return of the ferry.
It simply doesn't make sense that the only way we can travel inter-island is by plane.
The state was left holding the bag for $1.3 million after the Superferry declared bankruptcy in March and left. The state says it stopped the Superferry environmental impact study when the Superferry declared bankruptcy, but the state says it has a lot of information from the Superferry experience, which could help with the startup of another ferry operation. A challenge, the state says, but still worth exploring.
But we definitely need some sort of surface transportation between the islands.
But the Superferry vessels may no longer be available. Formby says the Army is preparing an environmental study on bringing ferry vessels to Hawaii to transport soldiers.
We just know that they're looking at the possible positioning of one or more vessels at Pearl Harbor.
Still, not everybody is eager for a return of ferry service. Competitor Young Brothers wanted assurances
that any competition under the act would be done in a fair way.
Another competitor warned high-speed ferries endanger whales.
I am stating categorically, Hawaii is not the place for that type of vessel.
All right, Denby, so what did the lawmakers actually decide about starting up a ferry service?
Well, they asked the Transportation Department to report back to the legislature in a year with a study on the feasibility of a state-run ferry system. And even if everyone's for it, the Transportation Department says it would take at least another 2 or 3 years to get such a ferry service up and running.
All right, thank you very much, Denby.